Everyone. Welcome to the Blackshirt Breakdown. My name is Steve Marik. I'm a staff writer inside Nebraska, and that man over there, he is Jay Foreman, our NFL veteran and former Nebraska Blackshirt. Jay, we are back again, and we have a rivalry win to discuss. Nebraska gets a 28-10 win over the Colorado Buffaloes, Deion Sanders' Colorado Buffaloes, to improve to 2-0 on the young season. That is a start to the season that Nebraska hasn't enjoyed since 2016. So it's been a while around these parts for this kind of a start to the season. Jay, what did you think about the game?
Well, I'll say it was a great game. I mean, I feel like the energy was at a maximum, and I think the players. The great thing about it is the team went out there and earned that type of energy in the stadium. Right, started fast, and really could have put it to Colorado, but also showed some maturity where to finish out the game. So I think it's anytime. Look, Colorado came in. It doesn't matter if they're ranked or not. It just gives you national recognition. And I think Colorado's probably a better team than they were last year, and I think Nebraska is a significantly better team than they were last year. I felt like Colorado played Nebraska at the right time last year, which was advantageous for them, and I think we played Colorado at the right time for us. But then also, I think Colorado was overwhelmed on the improvement in just 9 months, I guess, of a football team that they played, a little bit over a year ago. Actually, a year ago to this, the week two of the season. So a lot to work on, obviously, and but there's a ton of positives, and also I think if there's ever an advantage, and I hate saying this, and I can't speak for coaches, but I just from a players and a leadership standpoint, from my own personal experience, if there ever is a silver lining to being able to coach and get guys' attention, and it's all because of your own doing, high penalty rate, you got to clean up special teams. I guess I could even nitpick on the defense, say, hey, we need to shut these guys out, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then that's a great thing because over the last 5, 6, 8 years, it's always been a ton of penalties, what ifs, how are we going to get their attention after we lost, essentially punched ourselves in the face. So I think also there's a lot of improvement. I think one of the bigger plays in the game, I know we're not going to get to it, is the kicker Hall. The tackle he made. That
Oh
might
yeah.
be a season changing play, and this is why it's important because Nebraska had the momentum. How do you get it back if you're Colorado? Big kickoff return by one of their better players,
Mm-hmm.
and he stopped a Colorado touchdown. That's a complete momentum shift and momentum change that significantly would have went to Colorado's way. He was able to get him down and tackle him before he could score. Nebraska's defense goes out there. Essentially, I call those sudden changes and backs against the wall, turnover on downs, completely annihilated Colorado's enthusiasm in that first half. And obviously, I think that's a springboard play that doesn't get a lot of notoriety. But that's also something that if you want to evaluate special teams, that's something else that you need to put it in a positive column.
We have about 5 plays right here for the viewers at home that Jay is going to break down. Let's start up where the game was won on the line of scrimmage. Nebraska completely dominated Colorado's offensive line, and they completely dominated Colorado's defensive line for most of the game. I mean, the second half was not really pretty for anybody, but in the first half, Nebraska really took it to Colorado's defense, and they established a strong run game. But Jay, and that's where we're gonna start right now, just with a couple of Dante Dowdell runs and let this offensive line work. And I think we saw a couple double teams here open up a very big hole for Dante. And it was just that first half. I think a lot of Husker fans will agree it was really good to see, especially coming against a rival like Colorado. All the talk that they do in that program, how they do their program and everything, for that first quarter
Yeah.
to play out for Nebraska's offense to really establish a run and run right at the heart of the Buffalo's defense. So they couldn't stop it. It had to feel good.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's an art to playing offensive line and double teams, and you got to give a shout out to Coach Donnie. Look how they're firing off the ball, right? A couple years ago, I think before Donnie got here, they were doing a lot of catching. But look at this right here, man on man, body on body, right? Watch this. This is the best view right here. Watch this right here. Watch this at the point of attack, right guard, right tackle, right here. Let's get busy
Yep.
right here, right off the get go. Good feet, good step. Look at that in unison. Look, watch the timing of this on 56 Mazuka right there, right? Just gets a good piece of that linebacker, He
Mm-hmm.
can't come back over there or spin over top. Look at Dante Dowdell. What do we say? Right down the hash, 1-on-1. And this is a I guess a culture play,
Yes.
a play that just a tone setter. Just go back right here, right here. Look at all this space once he gets to the second level. This is first of all, this is a teaching 1-on-1 blocking tape right here. This is great for the coaches clinic in the future for Donnie and Coach Rule and all these guys. But this is a tone setter right here. A little bit of mishap right. Look at Dante right there. He breaks these two. He could go to the what do I say, Steve? Hit the sideline, cock
Mm-hmm.
the head back. No, this is setting the tone right
Mm-hmm.
here. You go right at their best player and you let him know there's no fair dodging tonight. Now, I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure, Coach EJ is saying, hey, listen, we got to make a move and get a touchdown, right? And eventually he scores. But I like it right here. Beginning of the game, 11 minutes in the first quarter left, right downhill right here. This is no fair dodging. Here we go right here. This is mano a mano, man on man. And this is letting everybody in the stadium know that we're here to beat you up tonight. Now it's a good tackle here by Shiloh. I mean, look, it's not like
He
he
hung
ran
in
him
there and
over.
he broke his forearm, but he did hang
Right.
in there.
Yeah, I mean, this isn't about whether he got hurt or not. This is a tone.
Mm-hmm.
This is a total different tone just from a year ago. Look at the blocking of Fedoni. Look at Borkature finishing body on body. And I give it up to my man Bryce Benhart getting a little
Yeah.
wrestling, a little pancake here. Right here, lean him. Good job by Ben Scott right here. Right, watch these guys. You start to lean on guys right from the get go. Right, finish.
Mm-hmm.
We always talked about finish. Bryce Benhart finishing. Right, Jenkins finishing body on. All you see is red jerseys covering up white jerseys, and then obviously you see Dowdell cover up Shiloh Sanders. So I like that play right there, and he's excited right here. This is a good, angle right here, right? Right. Look at that. Mazuka got on him a good where you can't make that play right here, right? Travis
Mm-hmm.
Hunter whiffed, right? Because he's hitting it so crisp downhill. And look, a good physical finish of the run right here. In a tone setting run, which is set the tone for definitely the first half, but the whole game as well.
Very next play, hit him with counter. And the blocking up front, Jay, I thought it was just, like you said, very crisp. Everybody was doing their jobs. And especially, I really like Thomas Fedoni's wrap up right into the hole. And obviously, Justin Evans does a very good job on his pull as well. But, the front side down blocking, Justin Evans coming around, tight end, Thomas Fedoni doing his job, wrapping through and leading the way. And then at the very end of this play, you can see Travis Hunter making a business decision.
Well, listen here. I mean, look, you can get to a play different ways, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, right here. That's the same play they just ran. I mean, don't get fooled by the formation here. And don't listen. If you go back to the end right here, so essentially they just took Fedoni and
Mm-hmm.
moved him to the other side, and then they just pulled their probably best puller here, Justin
Yeah.
Evan Jenkins, and he blocked the same guy Borkature did. And look at Fedoni right here. Now it's different blocking schemes, but where's it hitting, Steve?
Same play.
Right down the hash.
Yeah.
Look at that. And Big Dowdell is about what 6'1", 225. Looked like the tiptoe burglar coming in there. And yeah, I mean, I guess Travis Hunter, that's a business decision. I mean, at the end of the day, that's nature
I would
versus
have done the
nurture.
same thing. I get it.
He ain't making that tackle, but
No.
look how crisp this is ran right here. Look at Dowdell
Mm-hmm.
right there. Get skinny. We talked about Emmett Johnson last week running this play right here. This is improvement of Dante Dowdell. Watch it. Look at the footwork right here. See how he got skinny, then got outside, and then got back on the line. This thing is hit right off the butt of Benhart. Watch this right here. Right off the hash, right downhill. Excellent blocking right here. This is blocking, teaching 101.
Yeah.
Watch how it goes right off of Bryce Benhart. Right? He goes to the left, and then he runs away from a little bit of that. I think it's number 24. He doesn't have a chance. And this is untouched into the end zone. This is blocked perfectly. I'm sure that the coaches, wanted to be a little bit better, but you can't get better execution on the drive right here in the run game, in tone setting run game with a big physical back coming downhill, essentially with the same type of play right off that. They must have saw a weakness in Colorado on their left side and felt they had a distinct advantage on our right side. And it played out perfectly going into this game right here. Because look at this pull right here. I like it. Justin, he pretty much blocked two guys right there, right? Watch these two guys right here. Right?
Mm-hmm.
If you're a really good defender, you rip underneath that guy right there and you make that play. Because why? You have somebody outside. So you're taking advantage of the lack of discipline of Colorado. And go ahead, Justin Jenkins. Just go ahead and finish him right quick. Go ahead, finish him right there. You know what I mean? I would like to see him pile drive him a little bit. I'm getting a little too excited because I like killing the Buffaloes, but that's a good play right there, man. Look at this right here, right? That's what you need right there. When you run tight plays like this, counters, this is pretty much a, when I like dummy down the run plays, it's coming right. I like to call it an inside outside zone, but it's a counter, right? Counter blocking scheme. You have to be disciplined in your run gaps. Colorado hasn't been disciplined, and it paid dividends for Nebraska on that first drive.
You mentioned setting the tone on the offense with offensive line. What about the defensive line in this game, Jay? Just right away, we're going to take a look at what is this 3rd and 10. This is Ty Robinson's sack, but others help him get that one-on-one with the center here, and he obviously wins. And just the pocket is being collapsed, and Shadur had to step up. And I think this is kind of how you draw it up, right?
Right. Well, before you get the play started here,
Yeah.
this is if you go back a couple years when Casey Thompson got hurt against Illinois, this is the same type of front. Now,
Okay.
nobody was here, because that was when Mickey was the coach. But look at this right here. So you got 3-on-3 on the right side here. If you pause it here, right,
Yep.
and you're covering up the two guys on the left side,
Mhm.
and the Colorado's right side of their offensive line. You got Bullock. I used to call it fooling, right? So. And then I think that's Princewell at the bottom,
Yes.
right? Right. Okay. So then you got 3 guys up at top. So right away, especially with the back offset away from those 3 guys,
Mhm.
it's one-on-one. This
Mhm.
is like, hey, if I was Colorado, this is the breakdown in protection. So again, it's great scouting and scheming by the coaching staff, better execution by the players, and you want to get your guys, your best pass rushers, one-on-one. So when you think about it, right, look at you got Ty Robinson. I think that's Jamari next to him,
Yep.
and I think that's James Downtown Williams right there
Mhm.
on the outside. So you got your 3 guys that can win one-on-one, and Princewell one-on-one on the right side. You like that matchup. And I think Bullock is going to drop off the running back, which is number 3. Watch this right here, right? So the center, right? And then what happened in this play was set up by Bullock taking the eyes of 67, and Ty Robinson with speed, power, and quickness able to get past the one-on-one. So essentially, you rip back. You see the center right there. He got beat. Watch this right here, right? Rip across, split the double team, boom. And how is that double? Why is that double team late? Look at John Bullock right here. Right, he comes up and just this little pause right here. He causes 67, allows Ty Robinson to split, and watch Ty Robinson get up that hash again. Pretty much bum rushes the center right in the quarterback face. It doesn't matter. You can't even step into a throw right there. That's a direct access play. We talked about it all the time. And what do? You got to beat him. Good move by Ty, right? Get to that outside shoulder for him, right? Leverage. Look how low and powerful he is. All right, big, strong kid playing with leverage. And he just bum rushes right into Shedeur Sanders. And then look at Bullock right here. See, I told you he was off on number 3. So what
Yep.
he did is he did 2 things right there that allowed Ty Robinson to benefit from that. Sacks come from execution, team defense, and getting your players in the best position to be successful. Tony White and the players have done a really good job with that.
Another player I thought had a really good game, and it was good to see him have a really good game, Jamari Butler. This
Oh
is
yeah,
his sack that we're playing right now for the viewers at home. And Jay, it looks like the same kind of
same
pass
front,
rush. Yeah,
right?
exactly. Except with the jack here is not Prince Will. It is MJ Sherman towards the boundary side with James Williams towards the field.
It, yeah, I think everybody on the defensive line took their time and the depth showed, right? And you
Hmm.
have even Willis McGahee, but it's good here. Jamari's a great player, going to be a great player. Look at that right here, right? Look at 67. He just getting, hey, listen, he
Yeah.
like a turnstile at Omaha Airport or Lincoln Airport. Watch this move right here. I like this right here with the Jamari right here. Watch this right here, right? The old Deacon Jones right here. He didn't head slap because it'd be, right? Look at that. Rip under. Good job by Terrence Knighton right there. Leverage, Chief. Look at that. Get out of the way, little pipsqueak. Just
Yeah.
run through both of them right there, like water through it like a Kleenex. And then I like it that you're able to finish, right? And this is the improvement that you'd like to see from a player like Jamari, where he probably had 4 of those last year, but he's better at his initial rush, which allows him to benefit late in the play. Look, even the Colorado fan was
I know. The
clapping.
Colorado
Look
fan
at
was like, I'll give it to him.
yeah, look at this. Watch this right here. Right. And you want versatility as a pass rusher, right? Jamari can rush from the outside, but he's showing that he can make it money on the inside. Right here. Head move, right? Underneath. Now look at the square pads right there. That's technique. And seven did not want any.
Seven, he didn't want any of that.
Well, yeah, hey, listen, it's scared money don't make any money, but also let's not forget the rest of the guys there are there too. You see James Williams, you see everybody else, but initially when you go back to this pass rush of Jamari right quick, again, look at that's when you know you're doing good. Watch this move right here. Watch the head move, head fake right here. Head fake, right? Look at the leverage. See that right here?
Mhm.
See the leverage, what I talk about is I call it pad level. So it's leverage. He's able to run through these guys. You don't need to play on edges to be physical. You got to keep your pad square because they can't get a clean shot on you. If you get on an edge, he can recover and wipe you down. This is improvement right here, but it's the head fake, boom, right? Watch him get upfield, right? Plant that foot, right? And he's going right through number 7. He's going right through the quarterback because he knows everybody's coming around. So he has a two-way go, and it's good to see him finish right there. And also, it's a good job of finishing on a quarterback that's actually, if you go back to last year, Shador, obviously he spent the majority of the season running for his life. He's stronger than people give him credit for, so it's a good tackle on a strong quarterback right there.
So, Jay, can you talk about James Williams' role on these speed rush packages right now? Is that like a wide 9 that he's playing right now,
Yeah,
and is his goal to basically just, if he can, turn the corner on 56 and flush that quarterback towards his help?
sure. I mean, look, when you got a speed rusher like this, that look at a get off though. See
Yeah.
that get off right
Hmm.
there. See, he was there anyway. So yeah, I mean, when you're a wide 9, you're essentially outside rush. But
Hmm.
one thing James Williams does, and I think that Terrence Knight does a good job of, look, he's not deeper than the quarterback. Look at the leverage though. See, I mean, look, see that, right?
Hmm.
He's not too deep on the quarterback, and his pads are lower. So when
Hmm.
he's able to, we call it running the hoop, right? Or they used to call it, I don't know what they call it now, running the hoop, right? Watch this how he dips it, right? See that?
Yeah.
You can't block that. Now, granted, if when you're playing against better players, we only can go on what we're going against, but right, see that right there with him and Jamari. If you go
Hmm.
back to watch them, watch these moves right here, right? They're almost dancing together. Now Jamari's a little bit more sophisticated, but watch this right here, under, right, dip, rip up right there with
Yeah.
some some strength and power and
Mhm.
viciousness, and then Nick James is there. But yeah, his role is he plays a huge role. I mean, the
Because
best D
he's
lines that
caging these quarterbacks in. Like Shadur was caged on each
right.
side, and it was either James Williams or Princewill Umamielen or MJ Sherman on the other side. And he was and like Shadur just had to step up, and that's where the interior rush really kind of got in his face.
Well, we have a superior defense line to their offensive line. I
Hmm.
think we were better schemed up and broke. We scouted better. But look, I mean, look, go back here right here. Go back right here. See, this is a sneaky thing that people aren't picking up on. Watch Ty right here. He
Yeah.
beat him already once, right? I'm going across, watch him come right. Look like the dancing bear. Boom.
Hmm.
Let Jamari get the one-on-one. This is a sneaky thing right here. Watch this right here. 58 is sitting on Ty, right?
He's waiting for
Look
him.
who look who comes back though.
Yep.
Ty comes back, right? So essentially, Jamari and Ty switch roles right here, right? And Jamari has a two-way go. That's why he's able to go inside number 7. That's good. That's good breakdown of blocking schemes. A little twist or a little add on to the rush out of this kind of odd front or over front, whatever you want to call it. But then also it's excellent execution by these guys playing together because you can't be selfish. You got to be a good teammate and everybody will eat. And obviously, Ty, Jamari, and Nash, everybody, the whole D line ate them up. 6 sacks. It was a dominant performance.
Let's next up. Let's take. I know I'm highlighting Tommy Hill here because he's the one with the pick 6, but Jay, let's talk about the job that John Bullock does out here in space as the overhang guy, taking away what I assume to be an in-breaking route from Travis Hunter that makes Shadur Sanders hesitate a little bit and go back to his outside throw, and Tommy Hill makes a play.
Yeah, first of all, if you're late on a throw from a hash out there to the numbers, you're asking for trouble. But this is a good job of Bullock. You essentially got 3-on-2 right here, right? You're very
Hmm.
confident right here. If I'm a hook dropper right here, thank you for doing it. Great. First of all, let's go back to Bullock. Okay, right here,
Hmm.
right. Look, read the route and continue to play football. Don't just sit there and kill grass and say I did my job. Play football, and you got Gifford right here as your safety net. Watch this right here. This is sneaky good, right? Good drop right here. Give it up to Dvorak, right? You stay on the hash. You feel them. Peripheral, right? Good job by Travis Hunter, right? Trying to find a dead spot. Good look at Bullock right there, covering him
Yeah,
up.
there's nowhere to
That
go over
makes
there.
right. So to make Shador throw it out there, he should obviously he should have thrown it out of bounds. I don't know if he was right, And this is a practice tempo for Colorado. This is a bad play, bad play by Shador, right? Bad play. This is like you said, it was a rookie mistake. Watch
Mhm.
this. He wanted to go to Travis Hunter,
Yes.
right? Hold it. See, he was looking, he was covered up, and then he threw it. Like in practice, he hadn't seen a corner that could break like this. And this is essentially a warm-up drill for Tommy, right? Floating, right? Settle down when you see the quarterback and the receiver. Now, thank you for doing. I call this right here when we get a steal in basketball. Thank you for doing business. Look at that right here. That's gonna be on Tommy Hill's draft tape right here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Instead of
Yep.
always Nebraska being on people's draft tape, this is on Tommy Hill's draft tape. Unless Dion calls in a favor, don't let him put this in there. 6 points, game, set, match right here, straight up. But let's talk at the cause and effect right here, right? In your face, delayed blitz right here. Let's go all the way back here, right? I guess we'll call Mekhi Bear stand on business this week, right? Because he stood
Yeah.
on business.
Yeah.
Watch him get on a delayed blitz right here to speed up the timing of Shador so he can't really throw as hard as he wants right here. Watch right here, right? Tight blitz. Watch this. Anytime you see color coming down the barrel, it speeds it up. And then let's not forget about that pass rush at the top there. I think that's MJ Sherman, right?
Yes.
Yeah, MJ Sherman right here. Watch him. You as a quarterback, you're supposed to feel. It's called pocket presence, right? Good takeoff, right? Goes through 77. This is a total defensive win. Obviously, Tommy Hill benefits of it, but
Mhm.
it's a cause and effect. Defensive line doing their thing. Secondary cause and effect, I call it, by John Bullock. Excellent coverage on Travis Hunter, locking him down. Look at that right there, right? Because that's what you like that matchup normally, right? Short area, good schematics because you got Gifford essentially in and out with them, and then Tommy Hill benefits off it. Obviously, great catch too because he high pointed the ball and 14-0 Colorado right there with 5 minutes and 46 seconds left. They're seeing that the end is near.
And another thing I forgot to mention about this, so this was 1st and 10, and the ball is on the 2-yard line. Why is the ball at the 2-yard line? It's because of Brian Buschini's excellent punt and Tommy Hill being the gunner to get down there and down it at the 2. One play later, Tommy Hill gets a pick 6. Let's go. After this play, we're going to take another look at another strong punt and strong coverage from a gunner from Nebraska. So Brian Buschini just unleashes a really great punt, I feel like, with excellent hang time. Sierra Wright, who is going to be the gunner on the right side here, does an excellent job, gives great effort to get down there and make the tackle. But also both gunners here do their jobs real well, with Ramir Johnson on the left side getting down, beating his guy, and kind of caging in the returner so Sierra can get that tackle. But Jay, take us through this. I thought Buschini had a good day.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's still plenty of time for explosive offense like Colorado to come back. It starts on the punt return.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got it right here. Good hang time. Good trajectory. Really good job by Sierra Wright getting the guy on his back right here, right? Where you watch this right here. You kind of like box him out right here, right? You beat him, get skinny. He's actually fighting to try to get back in. So if he does step out and come back in, he's actually making an effort, right? This is an effort play. This is obviously a practice habit, which is really good. Obviously indication that they're putting emphasis on full, special teams, full on. Also, look at everybody else, busting their tail down there. But good job right here, right on the back, right, cage them in, settle down, and make a really good tackle. Physical play right there because number 3 couldn't handle Sierra Wright. So that's a good job. And also Sierra Wright came in from USC, right?
Yeah.
I think he started last year, quite a few games at USC. Now he's here. Obviously a late addition, I think, through the portal.
Yep.
And so he's earning his way potentially onto the field until, any way possible. And that's what you want from a team standpoint. A guy that's, has played, sometimes, but is invested in your program, knows he's got to play special teams until he gets into, a true opportunity on defense or earns that opportunity. It's a great play. This is a great momentum stop and play. Now, granted, Colorado didn't have any momentum down by 25 points. But when you play against a team like Colorado and you're struggling a little bit, let's say on offense or just kind of sloppy play, you need plays like this to keep the momentum on your side right here. It's a great individual play right here by both gunners. But obviously, look at this right here. Who's 14?
That's Ramir Johnson on
Yeah,
the other
Ramir
side.
Johnson, right? You got your co-starting running back, kick
Yeah.
returner, punt returner.
And you even have
Swiss
Isaac
Army
Gifford in there too. He is a starter on defense, one of the faces of the program, busting his butt on special teams as well.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, if you're gonna play football for Nebraska, If
Yep.
you're a starter, I was a starter 4 years. I played special teams. Everybody plays special teams. It's a football play. You want your best football players out there. But look at this right here. I like this right here. It's a good angle right here. Ramir just smoked him off the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
Good release by him, right? Got the guy turned around. Good speed by Ramir, right? Good physical play right here. Because right, it's two different responsibilities. You're in essentially a button press type of like gunner technique right here. You're physical with this guy on the right side. Ramir's got space. You got to beat him with speed and quickness. Good job right here by Sierra, right here, getting into him and not just getting washed out to the sidelines
Yeah.
with no effort and staying close to the sideline, but then also being able to read the returner and start to close in right here, essentially with good leverage right here. Colorado plays way too high as a football team, right? They play soft because every time you see a Nebraska jersey, their pads are lowered. I call it leverage. You can call it pad level, whatever you want. At the end of the day, watch this right here. See how he's able to box. Look at this right here. Colorado guy right here, right? Looks like he's in a ballet, like a
Yeah.
ballet dancer.
He's
Look
running
at Nebraska,
sideways. Yeah.
but look at Nebraska's player. Look at Ramir. Settle down, right? He's going to be able to spin back right there if he wanted to and get in on the play. But it's good technique because they all have him clamped in. But Sierra Wright made a great play right there. And you see some of the former players right there on the sideline getting hyper a little bit because you always applaud good plays like that, but it starts and stops in practice habits. And so the big thing for Nebraska is to continue along the path of learn how to be consistent in those practice habits because even though you won by 18 points, that's got to be the ceiling against a team like or the floor against a team like Colorado. Because Coach Rule said, we probably could score 50. That's it.
Yep.
You want to hang a 50 burger on Colorado, so they know they can really feel that what they got last Saturday. But onward and upward. Now we're on to Northern Iowa, but needless to say, that was a good victory, for Nebraska.
Jay, as a former player, when you were playing, when you had a really big win over a rival, and I don't know, the next week, maybe it wasn't as big of a game perception wise to the outside, but inside, you're taking every game as seriously as the one before. But what's the mindset? What's the team thinking right now where they're coming off this high of beating Colorado, and now they go and play an FCS program in Northern Iowa, who, by the way, is 2-0. They've rushed for nearly 300 yards their first two games per game. But just what's the just the mindset here of going from Iowa to or from Colorado to Northern Iowa?
There's no change. I mean,
Mhm.
obviously, being a night game and all this other stuff, you kind of get the advantage of doing it again. But ultimately, once that game is over and once Sunday hits, that game is over. It's like over. Now we're on to Northern Iowa. We got to start to, rest, recovery, all that stuff, and start to really train our minds to getting ready to play a Northern Iowa team that's going to come in here and try to do what Northern Illinois did to Notre
Yeah.
Dame or something like that. So, I would be puckered up pretty tight because listen, this is the beginning of the season, and let's be honest with ourselves. We should have expected to beat Colorado, right? So we should expect to beat them by more. So that you really to keep that energy up is based on some of the things that we need to clean up. So I think the intensity needs to be there, but it is hard to come off a big victory and that one that rivalry game and a lot of pressure, national TV. Sure, it's only natural, but that's where your practice habits, your leadership, and your individual wants and needs to do better for yourself and the team has to come through. Focus and sacrifice because these next 2 weeks are crucial. You got to play good this weekend to I call it doubling down on what you did last weekend, and then you're on a short week against Illinois team
Yeah. Coming here Friday night.
on a Friday night. So this is a process. This is a maturity game. I think this is a maturity season, and this is a maturity game. And if I was in practice, if I was one of the leaders, I would try to be cranking up the intensity and leave no stone unturned. Just for the simple fact that we don't want to let down, and we want to keep proving ourselves right and not proving people wrong. Proving yourself right is better long term than proving somebody wrong. It's almost like that once you prove somebody wrong, it's only for just like a game. You know what I mean? A game. Okay, we got our get back against Colorado. That's a game.
Mm-hmm.
But proving ourselves right lasts the whole season because we've worked all off season to prove ourselves right during the season.
With Northern Iowa in town, it's going to be a top 25 showdown inside Memorial Stadium for a 6:30 p.m. kick because Nebraska comes in at number 24 in the latest Associated Press poll, and Northern Iowa at 2-0 comes in at number 21 in the FCS coaches poll. So, pretty good game on Saturday night inside Memorial Stadium. 2 weeks in a row. I'm going to have some really good games in there. So, Jay, that was it. That was great stuff as well. It was very cool to break that stuff down in a rivalry game. But yeah, let's do it up, do it again next week. So for Jay Foreman, I am Steve Marik, and that was a Blackshirt Breakdown Colorado style. We'll catch y'all later.